What's up, guys? Shane from Findlay here. We are here at Laughlin High School with our Athletes of the Week. Congratulations, gentlemen. Both of you guys qualified and are on your way to state. Introduce yourself. Tell me what weight you wrestle at.
My name is Caleb Ferguson. I weigh 215.
My name is Asen Ashby. I wrestle 175.
I wrestle in that same weight class. And Coach?
I'm Coach Kevin Lemire. I've been coaching here for the last 4 years.
So, Coach, tell me a little about these guys. I heard you actually had a couple folks that are going to travel with you up to state. You're telling me a little bit of a long travel schedule. But tell me a little bit about these two guys.
Well, these two, they're both juniors. They're coming off phenomenal years, doing well. We tend to see the rotation, the first couple years struggle, but they've been putting it together, putting in work. Fergie here led the team in wins, and I do believe Asen actually had it in pins. So
that worked out well. We picked well.
Both of them are earning their keep and have earned their spot in state.
Right. So I like the nickname Ferguson.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
tell me about when did you start wrestling, and tell me a little bit about how you got to go to state.
Yeah, well, I started my freshman year, and I've kind of been sticking with it. I started at heavyweight, and I've slowly worked my way down. And I've just tried to stay consistent with it. I had to go through a pretty hard year this year, so I used that for motivation. My father passed away, so I used that for motivation to keep me going and help me get to states.
Yeah, well, that's an absolute testament to yourself, and I'm sure as a team, pulling through something like that and pulling off something so accomplished. So, and for yourself, heading to state, led in pins, correct? Tell me a little bit about it.
So I started wrestling as a sophomore because my brother's into wrestling. He graduated last year. Me and him, we practice outside of school all the time. And then
that's code for fighting a lot. I know what that means.
And then got another older brother who used to wrestle here too. They were both very good. They were both state qualifiers, state placers. So just trying to follow their lead.
Very exciting. You said both juniors, Coach.
Correct.
So future's pretty bright here.
Yes, it is.
So tell me a little bit about the season. Gentlemen, by all means, I want to hear from everybody. Tell me a little bit about the season, how we got here, and how the regionals played out.
Well, I'll start with this year we actually had 2 home meets, and it was the first time we had a home meet in about 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Season started off phenomenally for us at our first home meet. Fergie went 3-0, and I think you went 2-0 that meet. And so it was great with the matchups and both of them starting their season undefeated. From there, we hit numerous other places, River Valley, Kingman, a few schools in Vegas, and they've just continuously put in the work and pulling off the wins.
Very cool. Congratulations. Gentlemen, tell me a little bit about it, your season from start to where we are now, about how you drew it up.
Started the season good, undefeated for the first couple. Dealing with a little bit of injuries throughout the year, but I'm good now, ready for state.
It's kind of good to get those injuries out of the way and be coming into state healthy-ish, right? I think at the end of any sports season, healthy-ish is what you're aiming for, right? Fergie, a little bit about yourself.
I started the season pretty strong, but I kind of had a bit of a hiccup when we went to Kingman, and that kind of messed with me a little bit, but I was able to pick it up after winter break, and I feel like I've done pretty good. And yeah, did pretty good in regionals, obviously.
Very cool.
States.
And now you said you started wrestling as a freshman?
Yeah.
Had you had an interest in it before? Did Coach have to bribe you a little bit, come out and give it a shot? Or did you play other things?
I tried to do it my 8th grade year, but they didn't have it as an option. So I was just kind of waiting.
It's kind of hard to wrestle when there's no wrestling.
Yeah. Just kind of waiting for my opportunity, and when it came, I kind of jumped.
Very cool. Well, it worked out very well. Yeah. Coach, I'm sure you're not into predictions, but tell me a little bit about the excitement going into this state trip.
Well, on Fergie's aspect, I have a lot of high expectations. He's proved himself time and again. Last year he missed state in regionals, but he lost to a fellow Laughlin wrestler, and that wrestler ended up placing. This year he got his invite to state by beating a fellow Laughlin wrestler. So if
that's a tough weight bracket, huh?
If anything shows, the winner of that Laughlin regional does well.
Well, you guys better gain or lose some weight here.
So, and on Asen's end, he comes from a long line of wrestlers. Like you said, his older brother Dallas wrestled here years ago and was a phenomenal wrestler. His brother Keaton wrestled for me for the last couple years, and he was a state invite 2 years running. So I have the same expectations of Asen. I think he's going to do wonderfully, and I expect both of them to bring some hardware home.
Now, you had mentioned finally having some home meets. and that's got to be nice as opposed to traveling every time. But you got a long drive ahead of you for state. Yes. What do you guys like these road trips, or are they kind of, you dread them? What's the road trip situation like?
I dread the road trip. I hate it.
How far is this one?
It's probably going to be about 9-10 hour bus ride.
9-10 hour bus ride. That's a good time right there.
I've invested in headphones. Sound headphones.
I was going to ask, do you guys sleep? Do you play cards? Do you phone it up? What do you guys do on these 9-10 hour trips?
It's a charter bus. So it's nice. Problem is there's a bathroom, and we share with like 5 other schools.
Oh.
Last time we took it, it was not very pleasant. And so hopefully this year, just bring some entertainment, cell phones, tablets, watch some movies.
Yeah. Are they going to be competitors you're traveling with?
No. So they're actually in different brackets. So we're wrestling at the 1 and 2 level.
I don't know if you guys do any sabotage or anything like that.
We're not above it.
Feed them a little extra food and say, "Hell, you missed weight, darn."
Not above it, but not going to be our group of kids. We're traveling with Vegas kids at the 4 and 5A level.
Very cool, very cool. So, gentlemen, I just appreciate you guys making some time. I know you have to get up early, travel tomorrow, and we would have missed you had we put it off. So thank you for coming back in and making some time for us. I wish you guys both the best of luck. We look forward to hearing how you did, and thank you for taking some time.
Thank you.
Thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.